Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. What a blessing it is to be with you on today, this Monday afternoon, October the 3rd. We're grateful to God to have the opportunity to come before you with this, our another share of hope and encouragement. I am Torsha Wheatley. I am the founder and the president of a nonprofit organization acknowledged as Trophy of Life. And we are so committed and happy to be able to bring you hope and encouragement every time we show up on this page. And we are grateful to God that He's allowed us to do that. And not just on Facebook as a Facebook Live, but we also, when we're done with these types of broadcasts, we upload them to our YouTube channel. So when we're done with this, go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. You help us to become messengers, and you become a part of our team as well, so that we can share a message together corporately of hope and encouragement. So on today, I have the great privilege and the honor of introducing to some and presenting to others, Torsha Howell. Matter of fact, I like that because my name is Portia and her name is Torsha. So I'm like, how close can you get? How close can you get? But today we are going to share and we are going to empower and encourage and to bring hope to individuals who have lost their children to death, not necessarily to the streets, not to different elements of the world, but to actual death. Now, I cannot speak to that. But we're going to be educated today, and we're going to feel the passion and the compassion of our guests on today, of mothers who have lost their children. Torsha, thank you so very much for accepting my invitation to come and share and empower and equip and educate, all of that in that experience. I can't even imagine. I have two sons, and I can't imagine just losing even one of them. And even the young men that I consider as sons here on this earth, I can't imagine losing them. But my biological children, I'm just glad you're here. And even the story that you're going to share with us, the experience that you're going to share with us, it is amazing how you come through it. And now you're empowered to help other mothers. But I'm going to release myself of this platform and share it with you. And you come and do what you do best with this organization that you have, your experience, and make sure you give the world your contact information and all of that, because we want the mothers that have lost their children or their child, to whatever case, we want them to be encouraged on today. Blessings to you, sis.
Thank you, Portia. I appreciate it. I appreciate you allowing me to come and inviting me to come. As you said, I am a mother that have lost a child, and it has been very difficult. As Job, the thing that he feared the most came upon him. So the thing that I feared the most came upon me. And if anyone knows me personally, they know me and my sons are extremely close. Have 3 sons. We're very, very, very close. And excuse me, March 19th of 2021, I lost my youngest son, Justin. Justin was a young man that if you met him once, it's like you knew him forever. He never met a stranger. He always greeted with a smile. He always made you feel, he didn't make you feel like a stranger when you met him. Very loving, very caring. Like I said, it was unexpected. It was very unexpected. It wasn't like Justin was sick or anything. It was very unexpected. And as I said, it was the thing that I feared the most, because I always said, oh God, I never want to lose any of my children. If I do, take me first. I don't think I'll be able to handle that. But God is a good God. And even through the pain, God is still sustaining me and still keeping me. And I never forget when I got the phone call, because I'm in North Carolina, they're in South Carolina. And I got the phone call from my youngest son, well, their dad, excuse me, saying that they found Justin unresponsive. And, Justin has been through things before. He's been in accidents and stuff before. So I was saying, oh, okay, this is just Justin. He'll be okay. We'll go on. And this was on a Wednesday. And I kept calling back and I said, well, did he move yet? Did he come around? And his dad said no. I called his brother. His brother said no. And I'm like, okay, this is strange because my son is normally up by now. So I immediately left and drove 4 hours to South Carolina. And when I got there, I whispered in his ear and I said, Justin, I said, Mama is here. And he moved and he he just moved. And I said, okay, my son is going to be okay. Everything is going to work out. Lo and behold, that was on a Wednesday. That Friday, we had to make the decision to pull the plug on Justin, and we did. But it's like God worked everything out now that I look back at it in retrospect, because his brother told me 2 weeks prior that all of a sudden out the blue, they had this conversation of, if anything ever happened to me, Justin said this to his brother, if anything ever happened to me, do not let me live on a machine. Do not let me live like that. So it was easy for me to make that decision because it's like he already told me what to do prior. So it was easy for me to make that decision. So I had peace about it. And one thing I did thank God about is, God, you allowed me to be there when my son took his first breath, and you allowed me to be there when he took his last. So I saw that, most people would be angry and stuff, but I saw that as, okay, God, thank you. Because some people are not afforded that. And I later realized that my son waited. That movement was saying, bye, Mama. And I realized that at the end, that he just waited for me to tell me goodbye. And that also gave me peace. And I went through okay, God, I serve you. I do the right thing. Why? Why have you chosen me to go through this? You know what this would have done to me. You know this without a shadow of a doubt. And God was saying to me, I was preparing you the whole time. Because in 2018, Justin got shot in both of his legs. And when I got to the hospital, the nurse said he's a fighter because he died and came back. He's a fighter. But I realized God said, no, not yet. You're not ready. 6 months later, Justin got hit by a car. And they said that the way he hit the pavement, they don't see how he's alive. Didn't have no concussion or nothing. He broke his legs. He came right back a fighter. And I realized God said, Torsha, you're not ready. You're not ready. I'm not going to give this to you. You're not ready yet. So as I look back now, God said, you're ready. You're ready because I need you to help other mothers. You cannot help other mothers if you're not on this journey yourself.
That's right.
You'll be able to sympathize and empathize with them, but you won't be able to relate to them. And that's totally different. And people don't understand, but now I do. Losing a child is like a pain that the dictionary hadn't even come up with a word yet. It's not a word yet to describe it. You don't even know how you're going to wake up in the morning. You don't even know how your next 5 minutes is going to be, how your next hour is going to be, how your next day is going to be. You don't even know. And it's a part of you that has died once that child died. So whatever it is that child has brought into your life, when that child passed away, that piece of you has passed away along with that child. So now you're trying to function without a percentage of yourself.
Mm.
And so this is where birth comes in. And birth is my nonprofit organization. And I say, you know, God, through it all, you are still working it out. And God was saying, I need you to help them. I got you, Torsha. I got you. You okay? I got you. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that he does have me, because I am able to still function. I am able to still help mothers and take me out of it, take my emotion, take my grief out of it to help other mothers. And I realized somebody has to be the sacrificial lamb for other people to live. So Torsha, you have to go through for these mothers to live. And I constantly talk to mothers all the time. And Portia, it grieves me. It grieves me so badly that some of them are so in a state of just existing. They have actually, their spirit has actually died when that child died. And they're just going through the motions of everyday life. They're not really living anymore. And some of them have been on this journey for 7 and 8 years. And it's like they're at day one and they don't know how to get out. And I realize that it does feel like you're in quicksand, but you have to fight. You have to fight every day. You have to make up in your mind that I'm going to still live and not just exist. And when Justin passed, I got angry. I was like, okay, Satan, all right, I'm going to fix this. For this one life, you're going to lose many.
Mm.
This one life is going to cost you many lives. And it's like it gave me a warrior spirit.
Yes.
A warrior spirit where I got angry. I changed my perspective and I changed the way I saw things. And I changed it to the, okay, you did this. You didn't take my mind and you didn't take me out, you in trouble. Because I know who I am and I know the power that's within me. And I know who God called me to be. And I know God got my back. So you're in trouble. Yes. And ever since then, I have been on that path. And, you know, as painful as it is, and don't get me wrong, I don't want nobody to think that I have overcome, because I still have my days. I still have my days when I fall. Sometimes I be at work and my lashes be here and there because I done cried them off. But I get myself together and, you know, I recite to myself, I shall live and not just exist. I am going to get through it. And that is my message. And that is my purpose for other mothers. Okay, you shall live through this. You're not just going to exist. You're going to honor your child by living. You're going to get mad at the enemy too.
Yes.
And you're going to put on your warrior clothes.
Mm.
And you're going to fight. And as I empower you, you are going to take what I have put inside of you and put inside another mother. And we are going to bond together. And we're going to win this race. We will not be defeated. And that is what I hope to accomplish with birth.
I love it. I Love it. I love it. It's amazing how the things that come into our lives, the experiences that we do experience in life, no matter how hard they are, it's amazing when God can turn that pain into purpose. And when you said that part about you became a warrior, that's how we have to look at it. I'm like, oh, you're not going to do that to me and get away with it.
Right.
And yeah, we become the warrior, and we know where we have come from on this journey. Like you said, the journey is not always an easy one, and it doesn't diminish the pain of an experience that you've had with your child. No matter, I don't care if they're 1 month old, 2 years old, 20 years old, 50 years old, that's your blood.
Right.
And especially the relationship that you have with your children, that connection,
Right.
there could never be a disconnect. But that warrior is just being a mom, is that it gives you that warrior spirit. But when something like this happens, it's
Right.
like it's something else that is developed in you.
Right.
And it's to the point of, don't mess with my children. Though it was three
That's right.
it was three things that I think I heard years ago: my money, my man, and my children. Don't
Don't mess with them.
don't mess with either one of them. You will see
That's right.
another come out. You,
That's
you
right.
will see another. But God gives us the strength to go through what we need to go through. He really does. And I always say, don't over spiritualize life, because there are things we have to experience. But when you're always saying, well, pray about it. Yeah. Mental issues, pray about it. You need food, pray about all of that. But you got to go out and to the grocery store. I know God may bring someone to the door to give you some groceries. You still got to go and open the door. So
There
there
you
are some
go.
things we have to do.
That's
Don't over
right.
spiritualize some of the
That's
issues that we deal with in life. We have to deal with reality. We
right.
definitely have to. Otherwise, it would take us to a low place, and it would be even harder to come from that low place. But it's in
Right.
him that we live, we move, and have our being. So we just go back to the person who made us. And he
Right.
will, he will do what he needs to do in us when we allow him to do it. We agree with God, and we agree with God quickly. We agree with him quickly. And matter of fact, before I ask you this question, share a little bit more about B.I.R.T.H again, the acronym, what it stands for, and when you come on, because you have a broadcast or something like that.
Right. Well, B.I.R.T.H, it stands for, it's the acronym for beginning in a restoration through healing. So while on this journey, we have to begin. We have to want to heal. We have to start from the beginning of that. And the inner part of it is we have to allow God to go in those secret places that has been broken and has been crushed. And we have to allow him to mend that back together. Because according to, and only he can do it, because we as humans will do other things to try to heal that inner part of us, whether it be drinking, whether it be smoking, whether we try to do worldly things to do what only God can do in that inner being of ourselves. So the restoring, the R stands for the restoration. We must be restored again. We must be whole again. And the T stands for going through. We're going to go through some things. God is going to, we're going to continue to cry. We're going to miss our children continually. We're going to continue to go through some things. But the H is for the healing. The H is for our latter days being greater than our former. The H is for standing on the promises of God. That what he said and what he promised us, that's what the H is for. And God said before his word returned back to him void, heaven and earth will pass away. Heaven and earth is still here. So I know my latter days is going to be greater. I look at the story of Job, and as he restored Job, for everything the locust stole from him. Oh, he's going to restore me.
Oh,
It
he
might
will.
not be Justin in the natural. It might not be my boy in the natural, but my boy is always with me in spirit. However, it might be another Justin that I'm able to minister to.
That is so
It,
true.
it'll be someone else that I am able to minister to and that other mothers are able to minister to. It's our perception. We have to change our perception. So that is what birth stands for. And the main purpose of birth is helping mothers to live and not just exist, not just get up and go through our everyday motion and stop living life. We still have to live life.
Definitely do.
And so that's basically what we do. And this is through brief education, retreats, mentorships that we have. And also, as you mentioned, I have a monthly Zoom meeting on the 19th of every month. And it's, of course, it's free. And anybody that has lost a child is welcome to sign on to the Zoom meeting. And it's with other grieving mothers.
So why do you do it on the 19th?
I do it on the 19th because that's when Justin passed. So what I have done is take the worst day of my life and turn it around to be one of the better days of my life.
The enemy meant for bad. I tell him about.
Turn it around.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. What he meant to destroy me that day. Oh no. You're not going to do it. Because greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world. And I'm greater than you. Regardless of what you try to do, I'm greater. And I shall be victorious, and I am.
You shall be. Now, were there days you had to look in the mirror and say, I shall be victorious? I shall be.
Oh, yeah, I still have those days. I still have those days. And as I said, I don't want nobody to look at me and think, oh, she has it all together. No, I'm not even going to pretend like that. Because one thing about me, Torsha, I'm real. And I'm not going to pretend that I still don't have days where I don't cry. I'm not going to pretend and say I don't have those days where I'm still like, God, why you did this? I'm not going to even sit here and not say that because I would not be telling the truth. I still have those days. I still have those days where I have to reach out to somebody and say, I need you to talk me off this ledge because this is a bad day. Matter of fact, I had a moment this morning. I'm sorry. I had a moment this morning because I spoke with my son. Justin had 2 children. I spoke to my son, and he took Justin's son, who was 10, to his gravesite. And he wanted to see his dad, go to his dad's gravesite ever since his dad's birthday in May. And that just like took something out of me. It took the breath out of me because my grandson would say, Mama, Grandma had the best dad. And for my grandson to have to go to a gravesite to see this, it hurts. So I had a moment today. And like I said, I don't pretend like every day is sunny because every day is not sunny.
Definitely is not.
And I'm not going to say that 5, 6 years from now, I'm not going to cry. What I am going to say is going to be more bearable.
Yes. Yes.
As time goes, I will never stop missing. I will never stop hurting from them, but it will be more bearable.
And I find that when doesn't matter whether it's a son, daughter, it's a child, but we have to be careful of words that we share with those who are in the experience of a loss, especially if you never had a loss of that degree.
Right.
We may mean well, but we really do have to watch the words that come out of our mouth, because we can do more damage to some of the things we say.
Right.
When we, speaking with someone who's had a loss. But God knows all things. That's why we just have to be wise in what we do and what we say. So, and the last but not least, you were talking about how you are going to empower other mothers. And then that same mother that you deposit in, that mother takes it and empower another mother. That's how it works. That's just how it works. We can't keep this. However, we get out of a situation or grow from a situation or develop things that would make us better in life or help us to go on to live, we have to share that with other people.
Right. Exactly.
And when we find that, now even this broadcast and this Facebook Live on today, some that watch it may not have lost a child. However, you may know someone who have. So it becomes your responsibility to share this with a person who may be still grieving, who are in the midst of a loss, or who just may need to be encouraged to say, you can make it through this day, and you can make it through tomorrow and the next day, but you take it one day at a time. One day at a time. Oh, yes. This has been good. This has been good. Mother Barnes said, we're human. We're going to feel that. One of the mothers of our church, she says, we're human. And that's what we need to be. We need to feel, you said earlier, some are just going through the motions. Some have, their spirit have died.
Right.
But they're still here on earth.
Right. Right.
And see, that's where the enemy wants us to remain. Right. But not so. God is right there in the midst of it. God was there before the child passed away. God is there during the passing of your child and afterwards. And he wants you to live. That's what I believe. He wants you to live.
Oh, yes. And one thing I want to say, Torsha, because sometimes Christians get to where they don't want to be real.
Oh, wow.
You see, because they want to say, and I love the Lord with all my heart. But as I said, he knows me, and I'm not going to pretend for other people when God really knows my heart. And I need you to heal my heart. So I'm not going to all the time quote scriptures when I need to say, God, why? I'm not going to always put on a mask when I'm broken inside. And sometimes as Christians, we'll go through and in front of people, we'll put these masks on and we pretend, oh, I got it all together. No, you don't. You know, a mother that loses a child, we have 9 months to connect with this child prior to anybody else. This child is living on us for 9 months. We birthed this child into the world. So no one is going to tell me that after you lose a child that you can just, I'm just trusting in the Lord. I'm trusting in the Lord too. However, God, I am still get a little angry. I still get a little questionable. I still have these little things going on because I believe only in honesty that God can deliver and heal.
Yes, definitely. So, the church conversation would say that word just however will preach. The word, just the word but will preach. But you're right. You're absolutely right. We need to be transparent and to say that some of the rough days that we've had, especially with non-believers.
Yes.
Especially with non-believers, because non-believers are looking at us to say, oh, how did you get through that? And we have to say, God, we have to say, if indeed you're dependent upon God, we have to say it was him. I know we're strong African-American, Black people, white people, Hispanic, whoever you are, but it's still God.
That's
It's
right.
still God, because if he did not allow you to take your next breath, huh, you're done and over with.
That's
But we're
right.
grateful. We're grateful to God for, someone said they are grateful to God for your strength to be
Thank
able
you.
to go and to come and speak about your loss and to strengthen others. So when you get an opportunity, just go into the comment section and read some of the comments, because you have been an encouragement to those who are viewing and who will go back and check out the replay. So
Okay.
to our audience, don't forget, share this information, share this Facebook Live. And again, as I stated at the beginning, I will download this and upload it to our YouTube channel, where we would love for you to go and subscribe, because this message goes around the world. And I'm so grateful to God that you have become a part of our team to make sure this message goes out to those places that we may not physically go. But thank God for technology that will allow us to be present when someone needs this type of information. Again, thank you so much, Torsha. I appreciate
Thank you.
what you shared with us today. And I will put your contact information into the comment section so that
Okay.
anyone who wants to become a part of B.I.R.T.H and
Right.
your Zoom on the 19th of every month, we
Yes.
will make sure they get the information. I love and adore what God is doing with Trophy of Life. I just bless him. He's opening up doors. And it's amazing. You never know who you're going to meet. I met Torsha maybe a couple of months ago
Yes.
when I was in North Carolina. And we just clicked. And it's not necessarily just clicking, or we just connected. We just connected because of the spirit in her and the spirit in I. And that is the Holy Spirit. And he always do things well. And I'm grateful for that. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you again the first Monday in, no, this is October already.
Yes.
Wow.
Already.
We have November, December, 2 more months. Okay, we shall see you the first Monday in November and the first Monday in December, but we're going to put some other things in there as well. But until then, God bless you. And as they used to say, may heaven ever smile upon you. Thank you again, Torsha. I appreciate
Thank you for
you.
having me.
Absolutely. God bless, and we'll see you at the next time.
Okay.